In today's video, I am going to remove the rear stock spoiler off of this and put on a more of a duckbill spoiler, which I'm a huge fan of it. I've seen a few pictures on Instagram of other B6s with that duckbill, and what comes in the box is obviously the spoiler. So here's the part. So it's an A4 from 2002 to 2005. And the part number is 380P. Obviously it says A4 and I have an S4. It's pretty much the same exact thing. You got yourself a rear license plate cover. It's not really beneficial for me because I have a Euro style plate. And it comes with two decals, an adhesive promoter, because this is attached with 3M strips, and step-by-step instructions on how to install. So if you have just a regular A4, I'm pretty sure they don't come with the spoiler like the S4 does, so you can go ahead and skip this process of removing the rear spoiler, and then you can go straight on to installing the duck build or whatever rear spoiler you get. Pretty much just to do a little quick overview of how to remove the rear spoiler. So the rear spoiler is connected to the rear trunk by 3 screws. There's one right around here, one in the middle, and one over here. So to show you progress, I went ahead and removed this with just a flathead, just pried it open, just nice and smooth. I went ahead and removed the little Phillips screw right there, and for the triangle, now you open this up, and then this comes down. I figured this is kind of important to know. So if you see right here and here, there's these latches. So see how I can do this with one hand. You press down on it and it comes out like that. There we go. And then this just comes out nice and easy. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead, and there's some clips. I don't remember where the clips are, but there's some clips that are attached from here to the trunk. So I just slowly I'm gonna work my way around so I can remove this covering right here of the trunk. Now that the cover is off, I'm actually gonna show you where the clips are. So it goes like this, right? So let's start from the top. So you got your 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the bottom you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So a total of 8 clips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So again, just be very careful, because I'm sure if you're familiar, these clips can break easily. So just take your time, no rush, nice and slow. So now that like I said, we got that off. So these are the 3 nuts I was referring to. There's one right here, one right there, and then the third one right there. And they're all 10mm size sockets that you'll need. So here's my contraption that I got. I got the 10mm socket, and I have with extensions, because you're gonna need it for this side and this side. As far as the middle, that's easy to get to, so you really don't need this, but might as well. Now that the nuts are all removed from the 3 screws, now what's still stuck on, because it won't just come off just like that. So there's actually an adhesive that connects the spoiler to the trunk. And if you've never done this to your car, so the adhesive that comes from the factory is actually pretty strong, so it's going to take a little while. So what I recommend to do to help loosen up the adhesive so you can go ahead and get it undone is with the heat gun, just carefully heat up right here. Don't get too wild, because you do have some sensors right here. You don't want to melt that or do some damage to the paint. So you just be very, very, if you're going to use a heat gun. If not, then I guess you can just try with a towel and with a little pry tool, and just slowly work your way to from one side of the trunk to the other side. Alright, so that you can see the rear spoiler is off now. And if you can see all this stuff, there's just dirt from over the 2 ears actually, when I vinyl wrap in. These are the holes that I drilled, so for the OEM spoiler to fit in. And because this doesn't use any screws, it's just adhesive. So I don't think I did ceramic coat on this, but just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna do my clean the surface right here and do the water test and see if water, easily comes off of this. If it does, then I'm gonna go ahead and buff it with a heavy cutting pad to remove the ceramic coat on this part of the trunk. I'm not gonna do it on the whole trunk, just where the adhesive of that rear of the new spoiler is gonna go. Good thing is I'm not gonna have to buff and cut this part right here. It's actually not ceramic coated. I don't know if the camera can pick up, but I can definitely feel the difference right here. It does not smooth, but right here it's very slick. And just to prove my point, I'm gonna pour some water just to, so you can definitely tell this is all ceramic coated, but right here it's not ceramic coated, because how it feels, how it's pretty grippy here and how it's slick right here. So that saves me some time having to buff that out. So next you're gonna have to use a microfiber cloth with some rubbing alcohol and give this, the part where you're gonna put the adhesive / the spoiler, a real nice clean. You wanna make sure there's no fingerprints, nothing like that, debris, none of that whatsoever. And just let it air dry, for a few minutes until it's really, grippy. I went ahead and took it outside. I put the spoiler back in its package that it came in, and I taped it up so that no debris or dirt can get inside of it. So I'm just gonna leave it out here for a while. Because I have holes right here, I just put some gasket sealer just to cover up the hole, so in case if it does rain or when I give it a car wash, moisture or water doesn't get in here and then leak into here, and how damaging water can be when it's just sitting inside of a car. Alright, so just pull this outside, so it's super flexible, which is nice. It'll be easier to shape. And one thing they recommend in the instruction is to make sure that the surface is between 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit before applying. So if it's too cold with the heat gun, I recommend with the heat gun apply heat from this side, especially if you have vinyl wrap, because if you have vinyl wrap and you put the heat gun here, it'll kind of start to like warp. Because when I wrap this, different story, but I did a two-piece right here, so it'll start to crinkle up if you apply heat right there. And if you have paint, you just kind of don't want to put too much heat directly to the paint, so just safer to do it from underneath here with the heat gun. And just be aware, if you do have connections, not to overheat. You don't want to heat that or melt these little plastic connections if you're applying heat, if you need to warm up. And if you're within that range, then you're good to go ahead and stick it on. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it out of the wrapper and go ahead and try to center it and see how I want it. Once I'm good, I'm going to remove the adhesive from the wing, and it also comes with this adhesive promoter. So I'm going ahead and slowly, as I'm laying it down, little by little, kind of put this promoter on for a better stickiness, if that's the correct word to say. Alright, so that's the spoiler right there. Let me get from a side view. I really like that look. And from a rear view, so I actually, for doing it by myself, I centered it pretty well. So I went ahead and measured this gap from here to here with a pair of calipers, and it's pretty dead on the same measurement, so not bad for doing it by myself. When I applied it, I just went close to the edge right here, just followed the lines, and that's what I ended up doing. And here you can see it's not a big deal, it doesn't bother me. So from the OEM spoiler, where it kind of there's the difference. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. There's like a thin line like right here. So this is where the OEM spoiler went out to, right here. So it's not a big deal. It's only if you're actually really looking at it. But overall, definitely really happy. Now that it's on, it's not ready to go now because it still needs time for the adhesive to cure. So one thing that they recommend here in the instructions is to put masking tape on each corner from here to here, to hold it in, to put some pressure to hold it in. Okay, let me just make sure I said this right. So if you leave it at within room temperature, the adhesive, so after 20 minutes it'll be about 50% strength, the adhesive. And if you do it for 24 hours, it'll be about 90%. And if you do 72 hours, it's going to be at 100%. Now we wait 72 hours we have the tape on to help it push it down slightly. So yeah, so that's what it looks like. And with the help of YouTube magic, this will be just 1 second for you and 72 hours for me. So it has been 72 hours and here's the finished product. I'll give you guys different angles of the duckbill. This one's definitely my favorite angle. So far I'm really happy with the way it ended, how it came out. So it's definitely sturdy. Doesn't look like it's gonna be, so if you can see, the car's moving, so this is definitely sturdy, nice and sturdy on there. And at high speeds, which by that I mean the speed limit, it's definitely not just gonna fly off on me, so that's good to know. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and have a good one.